Okay, we're inside the GS, as you can see there. I'm going to go over some of the dislikes, the loathing inside of the Regal. I got a little list of things, so let's see, I'll start at the top of my list. It's going to be, it's really windy. As you can see, it's a overcast day out, and it's really nasty. It's cold. It's only 50 degrees outside. So I'm going to start in here, and I'll go outside. I'll have to set up outside, but it's windy, so there's going to be wind noise whipping by. But at least it's not raining. I started not to do this today because I thought it was going to rain. It did rain earlier, so the exterior shots of the car are going to be crappy. There's going to be water spots. I don't know if you can see them on the glass there. Okay, top of the list for the interior loathing. Let's start down here. This guy, electronic parking brake. Why? I mean, they couldn't put a lever like right here that you could pull. Because I hate this thing. Like, if the battery's dead, there's no way to disengage it. And I'm sure there's probably something in the manual on how to manually disengage it, but I'm old school. I like the crank, and you know, they didn't put one in here, so there's that guy. Let's see. Next thing on the list is the shift lever. On the shifter down here on the side, let's see if we can position the camera so you can see. There's this button right here that you lift up one, and that's so you can open the gate to get the shifter into reverse. And more than a few times, typically what I'll do when I grab the shifter, I grab it like this, which is instinctive. I mean, who palms the shifter? I grab it like this. I'll grab it, and when I grab it, I inadvertently squeeze that trigger just enough that when I'm going over and up, I think I'm in first, I'm in reverse. I usually figure that out when I start going backwards instead of forward, but luckily I don't do clutch dumps in first gear when I'm taking off at a light, so I haven't plowed into anyone behind me yet. Let's rephrase that. I haven't plowed into anybody and not going to. Alright, moving along, let's see the steering wheel. Let's see, we can get a little further back here. I mean, it's nice, I like it, but the plastic in here, I've seen, my model Regal is a 2012, and I've seen in the 2013s and up, they only did the chrome plastic from this point here up and over, and then all of this is leather wrapped all the way around. The tilt on this steering wheel sort of sucks. It's a telescoping and tilting wheel, but it's that typical import tilt where the angle of the wheel stays the same, and this is your tilt. It just goes up and down. It's not like the old school GM where the actual axis changed, so it's always at that same angle. You can just lower it or raise it, and it does telescope in and out. That is one of my little pet peeves, because typically if I'm driving, I'm holding the wheel down here, and this is a smooth surface. I mean, you have the leather on the backside, but you know, who drives and holds the wheel like this? I mean, you hold the wheel like this. Up here, it's okay, but if you're taking a long road trip, that tends to be a little weaning on your arms. You get tired of holding up here, so you drop your hands down so it's a little bit more comfortable. You sit down here, or if it's hot and you get a little clammy, it gets slippery. Okay, let's see, moving on. there's no trunk release. I've searched around in here. There's typically old school GM used to stick them in the glove box. There was a button in there. There's no button in there. I've seen on some of the newer cars down here in the door panel, there's a button down there. I've felt and looked around. There's no button there. There's nothing hidden over here. I haven't found anything anywhere as to a trunk release button anywhere for the trunk on here. There's no button on the dash. I have no idea how they expect, say for instance, you're giving someone a ride and you put their bag in the trunk. You get to where they're going, you let them out the car. You don't want to get out and walk all the way back there with the key fob so you can push the button on the trunk to pop the trunk open. You just want to, hit the button from in here, pop the trunk open so they can get their stuff out and let them be on their way. But there's no way to do that. I don't know why. I guess we'll start with the steering wheel and we'll move along over to the rest of the dash here. The ultra shiny surfaces. Like, as you can see now, it's not sunny out today, and it's kind of sad, but I mean, you can tell just by looking at this surface in here and right along the dash there how shiny that is, and it carries on all the way down here, all along there, and that the door for the cigarette lighter, and up around here. They have them on the door panels. You see how shiny and reflective it is. Like, you can almost see me in the camera there. And same thing on that door. So if you're riding along and the sun's at the right angle during the day, you can get a nice little sun glare coming in through there. And also down here, the little chrome plastic bezel around the shifter. I'm talking about this piece that goes all the way around. That is also a pain. You get some nice sun glare. Open up the sunroof, and you're definitely going to get the glare in from there on that. Let's see what else is on my list here. Car does have a USB port, and you can plug in your phone. It's hidden inside the center console, and you can plug your phone in and it'll charge. But unless you have an iPhone, the audio doesn't work. So I guess when GM decided to do this, instead of making it so any phone device or any mobile device, I guess, could be plugged into that USB, and the infotainment center will actually read the MP3s or music, or you can stream your music through the sound system in here. There's no way to do it. It doesn't give you any ability to do that at all. I mean, you're stuck. You go in and it'll tell you that the device is not recognized. And actually, here, let's see if we can do this right now so you can see what it does. Grab my cable out of here. As you can tell, this is unscripted. So let's see here. Let's turn the car on. This car went to sleep now. Alright. So we have my phone, which I have an Android phone, not a Apple phone or iPhone or Apple iPod fan. So we plug the phone in, and device not supported. So in other words, it tells you, screw you. We don't want you to play your music. You listen to XM. That's what you bought the car. You bought the car at XM. Listen to XM. Why do you want to stream music through your phone? Who cares about that? Okay. So let's see what else is on my list here of loathing. We covered the USB, the fact that, apparently there's no other phone made on the planet except for iPhones. Let's see here. The car does have Bluetooth, and right now the phone is linked to it. As you can see, the things that are linked or active are in orange. So the Bluetooth symbol there, far left, is orange. So the phone is linked to the radio, and that only works when I get or receive a phone call, which that sometimes does or doesn't work. And here, let's see if it'll do it. Yep, okay. So I'll hit the button here for the phone, which brings up the menu and tells you that it's a Galaxy X6. Yeah, I know, before I hear it in the comments. I know it's an old phone. Doesn't matter if it's a new phone. My girlfriend has a S7. That doesn't work in here either. If we hit the menu button and say we go to phone book, it tells me no phone book available. Now, it will sometimes occasionally pick up the call list. I went into the call list. That's not working either. Sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't. I have no idea why. It's a pain in my butt. I hate it. I loathe it. Let's see, what else is next? Let's see. Oh, I guess while we're still on this whole audio system thing, I haven't been able to see, and it's nowhere on here. I don't see it on here anywhere. Let's see if it's... I don't believe there was one in here. I could be wrong. Okay. I am wrong. I was going to rant about the fact that there's no auxiliary port, but it's buried down in there next to the USB port. There's a power port, but it's buried in there. Why is it buried in there? It'd be easier if it was up here, but I guess that's so you can plug your device in and shove it in the glove box where it's not easily accessible, unless you sit in the cup holder. Yeah, I stick tissue in the cup holder because the cups, when they sweat, they get the cup holders all wet. I don't want all that gooey goodness growing in the bottom of the cup holder, so I can take those out and throw them away. So there's that, but again, it's buried down in there, and that makes it a little difficult to access and use. Let's see what else. Sometimes there's a delay with the radio, and that I'm not going to try to demonstrate here because that's hit or miss. I'll try to turn it up, and if I'm changing, like say for instance from XM to CD, and I want to turn the song up because I know where I left off and I want to turn the song up, and I switch over, I'll turn the volume. It doesn't accept any input from the volume until it's completely done switching over. So I could cruising down the highway, I switched the source, I want to turn the song up, so I'd spin the dial and put my hand back on the wheel, and it's still down low. It didn't turn up at all. So there's that. Let's see. The dash here. I mean, for when this came out, it's nice, but let's see, if say for instance this was your height, your eye level, the tach and the speedo you can see fine. The gauges that you can't see completely are the gas and the temperature. Of course, if you're taller, you can see down in there, but then the wheel is in your way. So I've noticed on newer versions they've completely done away with that. so they're not buried down inside of a tunnel. Now you can see how deep they are. Even at this angle, you can't even see the dials on there. Is that so your passengers can't see that your car's overheating and that you're almost out of gas? And they can see barely the speedo and the tach, so they know you're redlining, but they don't know you're out of gas and you're overheating. Let's see what else. What else is on my list? Yeah, the list of loathing is long, but it's distinguished. The sound system. Back on the sound system. Let's beat that up some more. It's a Harman Kardon. Not really impressed with the sound from it. I don't know what you guys think. Tell me if you think the Harman Kardon system is superior to the Bose. I'm not really thrilled with it. Hey, it's okay, but I'm not really thrilled with it. Okay, I guess the last... Well, there's two things left on my list of loathing here. Let's see. The vents. The HVAC vents. Let's see, we're getting close there so you can see. It moves left and right, which is fine. But they're sort of fixed. If you look at the angle, let's look at the angle of that one. You see that one is sloped and facing the driver or the passenger, and this one is sloped facing the driver. So even with the louvers in there, as far right as they will go, when you put the dial up on this blows in my face. So I usually always run with this off, or almost off, because if I do this, it's definitely in my face. That's definitely in my face. That's almost in my face because the air deflects off the side here and blows in my face. I can't stand that. I don't want somebody blowing in my face while I'm driving. That's why I open the window. But yeah, that's how it does it. The window side over here isn't too bad, but it's still the way it's angled. It blows up in my face. It just blows. I don't like getting blown in my face. Insert lewd comment here. Alright, let's see. Back seat, I haven't spent a whole lot of time back there. There is one thing back there that I don't understand, and not sure why it's there. But let's jump out the car and go back there real quick. It's going to get breezy, and I think the sun's trying to come out. Maybe we'll get a chance to see the nice glare. Oh, there's the sun. We're parked almost at the right angle that we could get that nice glare. There's some glare coming off of the side of the mirror arm there. Alright, here, let's jump out. Oh, the lock button. I've noticed that they've changed this on later years. They moved it from there and put it back on the door. The only thing on the door is the window latches. I guess they ran out of room here to put a lock button, but I noticed that the lock button is, I think, it's either here or here on later years. They moved it over here. Because this is more instinctual to me, because every car I've ever owned, and not like I owned any supercars or exotics where everything's in the console, because it was easier to run the wire harness that way than to run it on the door. They stuck them here. And when I switch cars, sometimes it gets a little weird because I'm looking on the dash for the lock button and it's on the door where everybody else puts it. Oh, most American cars, except for Buick, stick it on the door, on the dash. Dash door. Alright, here, let's jump in the back. Alright, it's going to get windy for a second here. But we'll go back there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Fuzzy dice. Everybody needs them. And the sun has graced its presence. Down here, right here, this is what I'm talking about. Some of you, I guess, are thinking that's really cool, but I'm a passenger back here, and the only thing I have is a window latch and the door handle. I need to charge my phone, but the driver's charging his phone up there, so I'm supposed to bring my AC charger. I'm just puzzled by that. And then there's this little ledge that you can't put anything. Is that supposed to hold, I guess, the your little cigarette lighter to AC thing that you just stick in there? Because I mean, as soon as you accelerate, that's just going to fall out of there. Other than that, I think that's the interior loathing. That's it for that. View from the back. There's the center console up at the top. There we go. View of the dash. This is what the view would be like back here. Except your view is more like this. This is at eye level if you're sitting in the back. This is all you get to see. You can talk to the passenger. You can driver. Maybe in the mirror. Your backseat passenger buddy. Some junk on the back. I don't know if that's glared out. The sun. You got a reading light back here. Alright, let's since the sun's out, let's jump out. I'm gonna probably reposition the car so the sun is not so the sun lights the car up a little bit better. And we'll go over some of the exterior features I have to set up because I mean you can hear the wind whipping outside. Now let's step outside for a second so you can get a whiff of that. Now, I forgot one more thing with the interior loathing. And down here, the pedals. Let's see if you can see that. Try and get you down here so you can see. They all were covered with a nice shiny a stainless steel cover. The gas pedal still has it on there. Although it's black, I tried to coat it with a spray-on bed liner. And that's because when it rains, these will get slippery. And I went to the dealer and I asked them about it to see if maybe they could refurbish it or something that was on the pedal that wore off. And their response was, buy different shoes. And I know it's not the shoes, because the shoes I had were a shoe with a nice rubber sole on it. And it was a real rubber sole, not like that, you know, faux rubber sole. So what I ended up doing is I just pulled the stainless steel off. I put the truck bed liner on. That helped for a while until my foot wore the lining off. And then they just began to be slippery again. So this way, the little rubber nodules that are on there get good traction, and I'm able to clutch, pedal, shift, and brake without having my foot fly off of the pedal because it's slippery because it's been raining or snowing and all the other chemicals that they put down on the ground during the winter. Here in Pennsylvania, we get snow occasionally, and when we do, it's that nice, I guess, calcium chloride or whatever it is. I guess that, I don't know if it's that stuff that contributes to the slipperiness, but it seems to happen when it rains. So even in the summertime when it was just wet and rainy, if I got in with wet shoes, I had to try to shuffle them on the floor to get them dry before I could get them on the pedal and actually stay on there reliably. Alright, I think that's the last of the interior loathing. I'm going to get set up, and I guess you're like, yeah, you keep saying that. Let me get set up, do the exterior loathing, and call it a day. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are doing something fun for Thanksgiving. I'm shooting videos. Alright. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. The wind noise isn't too bad. Alright, I guess since we're on the side here, let's start on the side. Yeah, you can't really see it. Let's see if we can see it back here. I have these ground effects on the car, and when I first got the car, they were nice and pristine. They ended up getting crushed, and went back to the dealer, complained to him about it. And as you can see there, you can see the cracks in it. It has since been cracked again, and at this point I just sort of gave up on it. I know I should bitch about it, piss about it, to get them to fix it, but yeah, I know, wheels are dirty, but that's what happens when you drive the car, it gets dirty. Let's see. The next item up is back here. The exhaust ports. And they are a little nasty too. Now, I really don't like the way they're designed. I want to actually try to put some tips on there so that it actually comes out away from the actual metal, I guess, baffle, or it's not even a tip, it's I guess part of the fascia for the exhaust, but it's just horrible. And same thing on this side. I can't stand it because that just gets filthy, and you can't clean it, and it looks like crap. Let's go back here since we're in the back. Let's go with the trunk here. Like I said, that there's just a trunk release back here, but you need to have the fob back there. But with the release, there's a grab handle, but there's only one on the one side. There's not one on the other. So, for instance, if, let's say, you're parked in tight, you're next to a wall, you get the trunk open, you're standing on this side, and you know, if it's the middle of the winter, the trunk's going to be all nasty with salt, grime, and dirt and stuff on it, so you want to grab, but you can't grab on that side. You gotta, why is there only, is everybody right-handed? There's no left-handed people? So you always got to be on the right side of the car. Grab the handle. I think that's going to take me around the front. Let's see. The sun is out. There's something wrong. There's a big bright thing in the sky. not raining. I'll have to see if I can get a day that it's raining. I'll take a video of that real quick and show you. And put it in with this before I guess in post-production. After I've shot this deal. I went and I got the $20 piece wiper blades. Because initially the blades, when it would wipe, streak. And went to the dealer, told him about it. Hey, these blades are streaking like crazy. Is there anything you guys can do about it? And they're like, oh, you need to buy new wiper blades. Because the glass is curved, you need to get the wiper blades that are all one piece and don't have the metal arms in them like these guys do. They said that these are the wrong style. They don't work. So I went out, pair of Rain-X, $20 a piece, $40 in wiper blades. I put them on. As soon as it rains, it streaks all over the place. I'm like, are you kidding me? I paid $40, got the wiper blade, the all one piece, not the ones that have the arms in them, like those. The all one piece silicone that when you take them out of the box, they almost want to curl up into a little curly Q. They didn't do, if anything, they were actually worse. So I went and got these. They work better, and ironically, the passenger side wipes clear where the driver's side will streak in the upper, I guess, quadrant of the window as it goes back and forth. And that's just a pain in my butt. But it is what it is. If you guys have a suggestion for me on wiper blades, and yes, I tried like the $10 wiper blades that were sort of a little bit better. These I think were $7 a piece, and they work. Brand new or a couple of years old, it's the same result. The passenger side wipes clear, but the driver's side streaks. And of course the sun comes out, so there's no way to show you that. Look at the nice clear coming off the dash. It's so awesome. It's glary dash. That little glimmer right there. Yeah, I get those too on those nice chrome rims around the bezels that stick out so far from the instrument panel. Those are nice on a really bright and sunny day. That little twinkle in your eye, then you can't see. The guy in front of you is stopping. Oh, look, there it is again. Alright, let's see. Consult the list. Some of the other obvious things is, you know, I drive the car. It's my daily. So the two things that, you know, this car does consistently is the mileage goes up and the gas keeps running out. So I have to keep putting gas in it, and I keep putting miles on it. They can come out with a car that'll run on water. That would be awesome. Alright, I guess last thing I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to break down my anti-wind rig that I have set up and see if we can do like a little drive along. Do that real quick just so you can see how the car performs. But, you know, granted, this is a manual, so it's going to be kind of hard to hold the camera, hold the steering wheel, hold the shifter and everything. So I might do the drive along with the dash cam. But I mean, you guys have seen some of my other videos of my dash cam footage. Most of it is all shot with that. And if you see a white hood out in front when you're checking the video out, it's this car, and it's the view from that dash cam. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure how long this video is now. I'm guessing it's probably going to be like 30 minutes. It's not as in-depth or as thorough as like a Doug DeMuro. There's no HyperX Projects score at the end of this video, because I bought it. It's mine. I'm stuck with it. So whether it's a 10 or a 1. But until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. And if I get a video that like on the way home, if it starts raining and streaking, I will shoot a quick video of that to incorporate into this video at the end. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, in the comment sections down below. Check out, I guess, some of these videos that I've done here. Click this guy to subscribe. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like it or you thought it was too long, thumbs down. Any comments or suggestions, please let me know. Thanks, appreciate it. Have a good one.